Hi, we're in the kitchen today to show you how to make chocolate chip oat cookies.
We get asked for this recipe all of the time. Not only are they super tasty, but they're also really easy to make.
They certainly are, and we're going to share with you our tips along the way to make sure that you make the best ever chocolate chip oat cookies.
So we're going to whiz through the ingredients and then we can get on and show you how to make them. You will need 185 grams of unsalted butter, a tablespoon of golden syrup,
125 grams of caster sugar,
a pinch of salt, a quarter of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda,
dissolved in a tablespoon of milk, 185 grams of jumbo oats or porridge oats,
185 grams of self-raising flour,
a few drops of vanilla extract,
and 100 grams of dark chocolate chips, or a few more if you like it extra chocolatey. So we have all of our ingredients. I've turned the oven on to 180 degrees C. It will need to be 160 if you have a fan. And the first thing we need to do is melt the butter, which I've already done here.
Yep, that's right. And then to the butter we need to add the golden syrup, then tip in the caster sugar and the pinch of salt. Give that a really good mix, and then you need to add in the milk and the bicarbonate of soda. In it goes. Again, mix it. Then you need to add the flour. In it goes.
Nearly got me.
And also the oats.
Now we're using jumbo oats here because we find that it gives the cookies a really lovely texture. But if you've just got porridge oats at home, that's absolutely fine. You'll still get a great result.
And next we need to add a few drops of vanilla extract. Now before we add in the chocolate chips, I want to give you my first tip, and that is just to check the temperature of the mixture. Because we've melted the butter, if the mixture's too hot, it will melt the chocolate chips when you put them in. And that's actually happened to me before. So learn from my mistake. If it's warm, that's okay, but just not too warm.
Lovely.
So you want to give that a really good mix now to make sure everything is incorporated.
And once it's all mixed in, we're ready to move on to the next stage.
So we've got a couple of baking trays lined with baking paper, and now it's time to get our hands dirty by grabbing a dollop of mixture and forming it into a rough ball. Now these cookies will spread, so on a baking tray about this size, I would probably only put about 8 on there.
So the next step is to squish the cookies down with the back of a fork. Now our second tip is to wet the fork so that as you do it, it doesn't stick to the cookies. You'll probably want to wet the fork again every second cookie or so as you go along.
You will need to cook these in batches, but our third tip is that with any leftover mixture, continue rolling those balls and put them on a plate, and that way you won't have to get messy hands again.
Now let's get these ones in the oven and now need to bake for 10 to 12 minutes.
Our fourth tip is to hold some of the cookies back and put them on a baking tray and freeze them. Then when they're frozen, pop them in a sandwich bag and you've got cookies ready whenever you need them. Particularly good if you've got an unexpected visitor.
Absolutely. All you need to do when it comes to baking them is put them on a baking tray again, same temperature as before, and it's about the same amount of time, possibly a minute more.
We've just got them out of the oven and the kitchen smells amazing.
It really does. Now, when the cookies first come out of the oven, they're quite soft. So we've just left them on a tray for about 5 minutes to firm up slightly, and then you can transfer them onto a cooling rack.
Now comes the good bit where we get to try them. I'm going to go for this one with lots of chocolate. Amazing. They're like crisp on the outside and chewy in the middle, aren't they? Amazing.
And they've got this really rich, oaty, syrupy taste. Delicious.
Yeah, fantastic.
There are lots of great alternatives you can make. Instead of chocolate chips, you could use raisins, nuts, desiccated coconut, or even cherries.
Yeah, that's right. There's lots of different things you could do. We absolutely love this recipe. We get asked for it all of the time. It's brilliant. So go and make them, please. And also let us know how you get on. We'd love to hear from you. So please leave us a comment below to let us know how you've got on. Perhaps you've tried one of the alternatives that we've just suggested.
Yes, we'd love to hear. Don't forget to share, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you can see more of our fantastic easy recipes.
And we'll also leave the ingredients in the description below. But we've got to go now because we need a cup of tea.
We absolutely do.
And we've got lots of cookies to eat. So we're going to have to go. Hope you've enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.